Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Friday night stream. I hope everybody is doing very well this fine Friday evening. Looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to making some gold, looking forward to working on a little bit of alchemy tonight, once we've done the usual things with Samadan and everyone else. Good evening Eldrazi, Lizard GM, Nobby and Mianax. How are you all? I hope you're doing well, thanks for stopping by. And Voodoo Gaming, good evening to you too. I've been forever, you counted. Good to see you, Z. I am here now. And good evening, Dado. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I hope you managed to sort your head around your spreadsheets eventually. Knocks one out, how are you? Yeah, we won't talk about that, Eldrazi. Best not said about the better, I think. So, what have we got at the moment then? Well, I'm not sure how well my mailbox is going to be because I really haven't been that meticulous in relisting things at the moment. Good evening, Mushy. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Just going to have a look at the... I'm not sure where our auctions are at, actually. I'm not sure if they're going to have expired or not yet. Am I offline again? Oh, okay. Those Twitch updates still aren't working. Let me have a look. Thank you for pulling people from the video. It's weird because it seems my video preview on the live dashboard looks like it's working. So I'll just hold the horses, hold the Brutosaurs. Yeah, I must get that sorted. I did make a start on that this morning. I've got an idea, it's just going to take a little while to come to fruition. Gotten used to having a stream going on in the background when you play. Last night was weird with no goblin streamers about. Resorted to talking to yourself. Oh right. Was what was last night? Thursday night. Doesn't Gumdrops normally is on a Thursday night, isn't he? By the way, new emote tonight. Yes, we got it. It's been approved. Excellent. Good evening, Rashid. I hope you're doing well. Brutosaur Love has come into the stream just in time, thankfully. Looks alright actually at this distance from what I can tell. Pretty pleased with that one. Bit of Brutosaur love for everyone. Good evening, Sensors. Hope you're doing well. Still start answering yourself back and disagreeing with yourself. Yeah, that's the one. I did, Eldrazi. It's a modification of the sketch I did a while back. And so I just literally added on a couple of hearts, eyes, and coloured it in. I think you missed him. He was babysitting till 9. Alright, no worries. Yes, it is similar. It's the other way round. Miss Juicy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Constantly argue with yourself. No worries. Good evening, Will. Hope you're doing alright. No worries, Miss Juicy. Glad you like it. We've got. I love the fact that Twitch have actually put in all these extra emote slots for affiliates. It really does make a big difference. That one RPG dude, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday, one and all, and Malum. Good evening to you too. How have my Sinister sales been for the last 14 days? I would say tailoring has been less. But it looks like leatherworking has been the same consistent that it's been since I started it. There definitely is a downturn, but I'm guessing once people have leveled up their new alts, they'll need some more to get everything sorted out. Shaking his fist at a cloud. Yeah, something like that. Horrible? No, not for you. Heirlooms completely ruined that. Of course, there's the heirlooms now, isn't there? The heirlooms can go up to 120, can't they? But what item level are they once they're up at 120? That would be the question. Does that make the Sinister Gear completely redundant, I wonder? Anyway, let's have a look, because I've got a feeling my mailbox is going to be quite lackluster for tonight. So let's have a look. So I did have a look earlier. Oh, I need to... Oh, I did that old trick of... I need to do a reload. If I click on the mailbox whilst Alt-Z's on, it messes up everything. I have to do just a quick reload. Good evening, Dark Queen Gent. I want to buy BFA rep tokens. That would be handy, wouldn't it? Out of cookies, but you do have beer. Fair enough. I hope the heirlooms aren't 340. People reported to be unable to level with heirloom gear up till 120. The item level on it is too low. Oh right, okay. But the main thing really isn't it really the XP bonuses that's the most useful part of that side. Looks like everything's expired, so let's start with that. I'll go through everything here. Looks like the mailbox is a little bit slow, so what I'll do is I'll let this first 50 go through, and then we'll take ourselves over to Dalaran for a bit quieter mailbox, I think. Yesterday started inscriptions. Lucky, had loads of purple shards. Managed to arrive at 108 out of 150. Very nice, Dado. I'm thinking of similar myself actually. Get some more professions going. Vesemora even said she kept dying doing quests because of it. Oh right, okay. That could be tricky then, couldn't it? Right, let's go over to somewhere a little less hectic and see if we can get all this relisted quite easily. I can't remember either. I wasn't I didn't start Legion until they'd already introduced flying, so I was a bit late on that front. It looks like everything's expiring here. So let's go over and sort that out. There we are. Lots more Brutosaurs around these days, which is nice to see. Bolton, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I always thought heirlooms were always eye level 1. They just had scaling stats and an XP bonus, but for anything where eye level is required, they're basically useless. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. How's King doing? He's still going on at the moment, isn't he? They scale in eye level. Eye level determines what stats increase they get. Right, okay, that makes sense. That's how I would have thought it would have worked anyway. Okay, so let's go through. I've got a few things about to expire still anyway, so let's just take those off now whilst they're there. And then we'll do a full list of everything that's expired. Run a post scan. We did. I popped into Kuhn's stream earlier whilst I was just finishing off work. It was nice to see him go through and getting all the things. It's so much work to get everything. I really admire all of you who do that. I just don't have the time myself to be able to do something like that. Eye level is stat budget for itemization, but always thought heirlooms are different. Oh right, okay. Thank you, Eldrazi. And good evening, Gorga. Hope you're doing well. And Ollie Oil Spanner. Good afternoon, evening to you too. So they scale in eye level. Doing very well, thank you very much. Just going through, and we're reposting everything on first and foremost. So we're just going to get everything on first, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at what else we can do in terms of making gold. As things do seem to have slowed down somewhat on the tailoring and enchanting front, and I haven't really upped my relisting quantity at the moment, so I will need to have another look at that and decide what I'm going to do. We have got a load of Tidespray though, that we can make a shuffle going on there, so that's at least something we can do to make some gold. Did you know that the heirloom at level 1 can also be enchanted with enchants? Yes, I did know that it could be done with enchants. Have I filled up already? No, I've got 55 still. Let's go through the expires still. Oh, it was cancels versus expires, that makes sense. That's why it stopped. Okay, and then I think we ought to really put some of this stuff in the guild bank or somewhere else, because all that Tidespray is filling up my slots. Let's just go through and sort that out. Tidespray, where can we put Tidespray? Here would be good. /tsm put Tide. This might take a little while. Let that go through. How about we raid him a couple of times throughout the night? I think that sounds good. Just reached 405 eye level. Very nice score. Congratulations on that one. Best weapon enchant up until War Strength is Elemental Force. Yeah, definitely. Elemental Force is one of the most recommended ones. How's the massive wall of Tidespray? Well, I did notice at lunchtime when I was checking my prices for my formula that they had put some more on, and I did buy some more. They put them on for 5 gold 71, I think. This is going quite slowly, but hopefully we should get at least a few of these done. Just check my bags whilst these are going. Just make sure they're going all out. Just another 2, hopefully. There we go. Right, that should just clear out the bag space a little bit. Then we can repost everything else on. But we'll have a look at the rest of that Tidespray a bit later and see if we can do something about that. If there's more of it on, I'd be tempted to buy some more. That guild bank looks messy. It does need a sushi sort, doesn't it? We need to just clear it out a little bit. Maybe a server transfer then, or multi-boxes. It could be. I think the multi-boxes is a good call. Right, looks like we've got a lot of stuff there, so let's start listing this on. Let's go through here, run a post scan, get things going, at least. Get the pets on, get all the other bits and pieces, battle flags, potion of heightened senses. Bear Tartar still going on there. Some of this hasn't sold in a while, but it's not bad in terms of just having a good stock on at the moment. Gold levels have gone down a fair amount because I did all that purchasing the other day. Hey, Wave 86, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. Just relisting everything first, and then we'll go back and check the mailbox. Do a quick restock if we can, and then I think try and get a bit more time over to Jahwakening and get a bit more done on the old alchemy front. Might have to go and do a little bit of levelling, perhaps, and collect some herbs along the way. That might be a thing to do. Same as we did with Erfen. I might sort of go between the two characters, making use of their rested XP and try and get them both levelled up to 120. That could be quite useful. Right, let's carry on with the expires though, because still got 200 in the mail here. Got 9 accounts. You've been farming linen. What you can do with 9 accounts? What can I do with 9 accounts to have fun? Wow, farming linen. That must be a lot of linen you can get with 9 accounts, Snipe Master. It's amazing, amazing numbers. I mean, things scale up with numbers like that, don't they? Right, let's go through and do expires. I don't know how I could manage 9 accounts though. Farm me some Dreamleaf instead. You can almost raid if you have 18 hands. Yeah, that's the thing, is keeping hold of all those characters, isn't it? I can't imagine it myself. Actually, having being able to see what's going on. I have enough trouble with just one character. Transfer to your realm and farm some more Tidespray linen. Promise it'll be fun when you buy it all. Yeah, that should work. Sea Thrift, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Macros with the rotations in them, so 1-button farming. Okay, well, macros would work, wouldn't it? It's just how having it all laid out really, and having enough screens and enough space to see it all, taking in all that information. I'm not sure it's something I could manage. make a group for the farm and have more fun. There's lots of suggestions there, some good ones. It all depends on what you enjoy. You know, if you enjoy running multiple accounts at once, then by all means do it. I mean, each thing has its own challenges, which I guess is the appeal for a lot of people. So for me, it's like making the gold as well as learning professions and exploring the game. Stevie V, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well tonight.
If you find anything exotic,
Just going through and relisting everything at the moment. A little bit of gold coming in now, which is a good start, hopefully. Hopefully a sign of things to come. We do have some purchases though, which might be filling up my mail a little bit more. So let's take those and then do another reload. You coming over, Oreo? Let's pop your camera on, just in case. There he comes. There we go. A wild Oreo has appeared. Right, I've got some more purchases. Someone's been buying some Tidespray. 4 gold 90 there, and 4 gold. That's some good prices. And then some other bits here. Let's go through all of those. So I'm not expecting the mail to be that big actually from looking at that. Doing old dungeons and raids to get collections with a higher chance of getting them, but you don't know how to get started. I guess that's a good idea, because you've got more characters available, haven't you, in terms of getting all the different slots. But then, can you then pass them to the one character to collect all the different appearances? What would you do? Would that work? Want to get into professions, you log into your tailor every 2 to 3 days. Well, that's a good start, Seathrift. Basically, just every couple of days you could log in, just relist your things, and that's how it would start, really. Ori and I spy a wild Cookie too in the background. Yes, Cookie is there. Not quite so camouflaged tonight. You can see her ears poking up there. Right, so Mailbox is quite lackluster, in fact. Look at that. 11,000. And there's no sinister gear in there at all. Hexweave bags obviously doing well. There's a bit of food here that's doing quite well. Mondazi and Tiramisu. Mondazi's done very well there. And then the enchants, I put some of these on at lunchtime. So all these ones here came on at lunchtime. So if I hadn't have made those, this would have been even less. Saying goodbye and then keep sticking around. Something like that. Good evening, Mars Bear, how are you? Genuine gap in the market for YouTube tutorials on multi-box farming, to be fair. It could be an interesting one. I don't know of many myself. Is that the Mailbox? It is, Arthur's. It's not very big, is it? 11,278. So, not a lot really. Compared to what I've had in the past. Before I'd have like 70,000 or 100,000. Whereas now it's more... This is every 2 days as well. So this isn't even a daily Mailbox. Can't will them all, exactly. And I think it's important to sometimes see things like this, is that, you know, it's not all massive mailboxes, and then think about this, okay, well, what could I do about this? One of the things I'm thinking is to have more professions, because then as one market fluctuates, there may be other opportunities elsewhere. There's also, I could post more frequently, or do more cancel scans. I certainly haven't been doing as many as I could of late, because I've been really busy at work and things. Yeah, as Mushy said, cancel scans more often, and as Will said, diversify. Those are the two things you could possibly do. The other things, you could try and maximize your profits. Look at how you're posting things, because a lot of the time I just post, let my groups do their own thing. Maybe I should look at maybe resetting some markets, trying to push my profit margins higher. And there's a lot of different ways I could approach this. At the moment, I'm thinking diversifying is going to be my best bet here, whilst also sticking with what I've got at the moment. So let's take this for the moment and then post everything else up. People need to buy your stuff. It's always dependent on a lot of factors. Being auction gone is anything but certainty. Exactly. Paleo55, thank you very much for the follow. Maybe finally do some big flips. I could do that, but I'm a bit worried about that side of things because I'm not sure I really know the markets that well. I'm not sure what appeals to people. I'm just going to run a post scan on what I've got here at the moment. Managed to sell 12 Frostweed bags. Wow, I haven't even tried the Frostweed bags. It's risky, but the payoff is good. Did you have a Transmute Elixir Master Alchemist? I have a Potion Master Alchemist, and I have a Transmute Master. My El Morte, my Death Knight, is the Transmute Master. No chance in hell I should risk it. Way low at the moment, so there's no flying yet. Vial prices are way too low at the moment, since there's no flying yet. Once there is flying, then hopefully that market will pick up. Not that I'm in that market, but there's always opportunities to be had. Look into some of the farms for Vial of the Sands. They're okay. Alright. Looks into crafting Vial of the Sands. Oh, okay, that's what I looked at. I missed earlier from Seathresh. Okay. It's minus 7k profit. Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on the servers. It takes quite a while to do the Vial of the Sands. For inscription, selling could apply to your enchants. In particular, is post small but often, e.g. you post all of everything when you're at the auction house at the moment. Try posting 2 to 3 at a time, then the same again in 30 minutes or an hour later. That's a good idea, Zeke. I had seen the effects of that when I was doing it in Legion, and if I was sat at the auction house and constantly babysitting it, then that's a really good idea. It all depends on how frequently I'm going to be sort of visiting the auction house. 10 auction house, 48 hours, a bit undercut. Also cancel scans, remove the ones that get undercut. Yeah, exactly. Dual crafting tigers are low as well. I did hear a few weeks back from Nix saying that dual crafting tigers were a bit tricky. You're willing to go low with your margins. Okay. As long as you've got a profit worked out from it, then that would work, really. You list one at a time and have 5 of each in your bag. Okay, interesting. And then just keep listing. I think most professions are slow at the moment. I think it's going through a bit of a lull at the moment, certainly. Since Legion Garrison might have been, same with Transmog. Yeah, I think that's a good point, really, is what's the general populace like? Have they got a lot of disposable money at the moment? Most likely not. Okay, so we've done that, posting everything on. There's a few things that need manual posting, but these have needed manual posting for quite a while. So what I need to do is put these into a slightly cheaper group or something like that, so I don't have to keep on manually doing them. Because my minimum price on these is a bit too low, because the averages have gone... The average is pulling it up because the region average is 1,700, but my DB average is much lower than that, which is why I'm not getting those on at the moment. So what I think I'll do is just have a look at the group for those and just adjust those so they don't go on, and make a special one for these, which are particularly low. So let's have a look at this. Let's go over to, these are in tailoring. What group's this in? Tailoring, waste of time. So let's go right down here, waste of time. Have a look at the group operation for this. So average DB region and DB market craft min is the operation we're using here. If we go into the settings of this one and make a copy of it, and then this time we're going to wait DB market. So what that's going to do is I'm going to add in some extra DB markets to push the average closer towards DB market rather than DB region market. So as Rasheen suggested the other day, if I do DB market, then the average of the DB market is 3 times more than the average of DB region market. So that gives me a little bit of extra weight to add to that. So what I'm going to do is just copy that, make sure I enter on that one, add that in there. Did something go wrong there? It did, because I got that extra one there. DB market, and then down here we'll just take the one in there, DB market, and then DB region market average to give it an extra weight. And then we'll add this to the ones that are in these groups to push the weighting a little bit lower. So waste of time was down here, so we're going to change this to take that one off, and we'll do weight DB market on that one. So that's all for waste of time. And then that's black mage weave. So black mage weave profit margins aren't so much there, so let's have a look. Black mage weave is here. Let's take, I can get override on that one and weight that one. And then the nether weave, what group's that in? That's in the waste of time group, and that's in misc outfits, the blue overalls, as is that one and that one, all in misc outfits. So let's just go in here and then change this one with an override with weighted more towards DB market. Okay, right, there we go. Oh, Maraki, how are you? How was your stream? Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? Let's see, some love for Maraki. Let me just do a shout out for you. Maraki 22. Be sure to check out Maraki and her Goldmaking blog. Both very informative. Hope you're doing well. And what else did we miss? Did I see a few more bits come in earlier? What did we have? Sometimes posting isn't even about selling. How much did I miss actually? I missed loads of stuff. Hold on. There we go. Let me go all the way back up to the top. So I've missed loads of stuff here whilst I was working that out. Cancel, pick it up from the mailbox and do it again. So you've got a rolling post. That's a good idea, Mushy. How often you can get online. If you can babysit, you'll see good sales. If not, then you have stuff posted, but there'll always be a chance to be undercut. Yeah, exactly. UHAZ, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. There's posting to show presence in the market, as well as there is buying to reduce competitors' mats. Sometimes posts even about selling. Yes, I can see that. So having your presence in there, so you're the main person. That can work, definitely. Listening to Machine too much. There's never such a thing. Missed the mobile auction house match. Yeah, that would be useful in this case, definitely. We'll let you craft and post even which make a loss. It's totally up to you, Z, how you want to play the game. That's like you can just farm every map for your grass. That's alright too, Will, definitely. What else have we got? Everything comes in. There we go. After about 20 times, you break your competition, and then they give up, do that. I mean, if you can push the prices down a little bit and then scoop everything up, that could work too. Right, let's have a look here and run a post scan. Lovely to see all the bees in the chat there from Meriki. Thank you very much again for the raid. Just going to go through and post the rest of these things on. As they buy it from your alt. Exactly, so both things are covered then. Okay, so some of those have gone on, but some of these are still below minimum price. Minimum price there is 17 gold. That's a big, massive difference though between region and the DB market. That's why that's different, but at least we can get these on. Let's get a couple of those on at least, and then we'll just do those manually for the ones that got missed. So the black Mage Weave headband is a big difference there. Crafting cost, it's only 6 gold profit with that. Ideally we'd be up here, but we'll go with where the market's at the moment. And the same with the Netherweave tunic. What's the crafting cost of that? 3 gold. Okay, so that's fine. Post that up. And the same with these. 8 gold is really cheap, but for blue overalls, seeing as they're so cheap anyway, driving the prices down. They're not a quick seller anyway, as we'd have it, so we'll just keep it at that. Okay, so that's done. We ought to go and have a look at Erfen, and then probably come back and do some restocks. We also probably need to have a look at shopping. Just whilst I'm here, whilst I remember, let's have a look at that Tidespray wall amongst everything else on the Bracer Super Shuffle. See if there's anything else in there that's particularly cheap. You sure you're not in your auction house? That looks exactly how silly Kazakh's auction house is. It really? Oh right. Ah, Canadian TV, thank you very much to the host. How was your stream? Hope you're doing well. Let's do a shout out to Canadian. Also a lovely streamer. Recommend you go check them out. Thank you very much for the host. Really do appreciate it. Glitter, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Someone was done a server transfer and bought a lot of mats. Quite possibly. Let's have a look at Tidespray linen. So we have anything big in the things here. Nothing massive in terms of the stocks. A few ones of 200, 10 of 200 there. But that's at 6 gold 60 now. Stream was awesome. Excellent. Good to hear. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. We're just looking at some Tidespray linen here and things for the Bracer Super Shuffle. Now, interesting there, hardened Tempest hide. There's 15 stacks of 200 there. We already have lots of that, so we don't need that. Same with calcified bone and Miscale. Shimmer Scale's the other thing we can think about here, because that's actually cheaper to make when it's down at this price of 5 gold 89. Does jump up to 7 gold 49 here, and my average is 738, so that's not necessarily cheap. We could take a few of these smaller ones, maybe just shave off the top of those and leave one just to keep the prices down for the next person to post. We could do that. But that Tidespray is certainly tempting to scoop up some more, especially as they're much cheaper than my, what's that, 5.97 average price now. So again, we'll do the same as we just did with the Shimmer Scale. Let's take all those first ones at 4 gold something, and then take all of these bar 1 at 4.93, and then come back up above that. Now our average is 5.97, so we'll take everything that goes up to that average. 9, 20, 20. There's quite a few of these here. And then that at least will keep my average going down. And we've got 11,000 there, so that should be good. If it's under 1 gold, buy calcified and that other one that I need. So yeah, the calcified and what's the other one? Bloodstained bone, really. Calcified is very cheap though, isn't it? Under a gold does seem quite cheap. How many have we got there? It's under a gold. There's a few. Tempest hide is also one I need. Yeah, that's very true. Let's take that and leave one there. And let's take that and leave one there. Then we can pick up the other singles like that, up to 1 gold. Take those. And yes, Tempest Hide was the other one. 393 is under my average, so anything under my average is worth buying, because this can be turned into honourable very cheaply, and that turns into veiled crystals, which is also very cheap. So anything under my average will do, leaving the singles on there. And then where is my average? There's a 200 there. What was my average? 417. Okay, so we can take that off, and that one, and that should be it. There we go. Coarse leather would be nice to have some of that. There is actually some that is under my average buy price here. 8 gold 31 is my normal. So let's take a few coarse leather, because I'll definitely need coarse leather. I'm going to leave that one at 785 and scoop up a few of these just to help my average go down a little bit. I don't have that much, 2,800 of it, so it would be nice to have more of this. And then that at 8 gold. And then nylon threads, not worth buying, and the same with everything else there. So that's that done. Good evening, John. How are you? See if the price tanks. Such a waste of time. Which was that one? It was good value or something like that, wasn't it, Will? Definitely. Running Legion race for Goldmaking is terrible. You get 1 item maybe per boss. That's not a lot at all, is it? Okay, so we bought those. Let's just have a quick look whilst we're here in the shopping list. Let's have a look at what the enchanting mats are currently doing. So Veiled are at 179, Umbras are at 90. Now Gloomdust has gone a lot higher now, up at 38. That's interesting. So Veiled's, my mat price is currently at 170. That's a manual price I put in. My Umbra Shard is variable because I'm testing out my formula at the moment. So, actually no, I didn't put it on this one, I put it on my other one. So 90 is my fixed price for Umbra. But it's actually down something like 68 or something like that if I put in my new numbers on the spreadsheet. Has the new enchanting rod affected profits? It has. You get a lot more veiled crystals and Umbra Shards now. So it's definitely why all the material prices have gone a lot lower now. There's a guarantee of 500 to 700 per boss at minimum if you disenchant. Someone went machine crazy on the Gloomdust reset and they did it wrong. Didn't go high enough perhaps. I mean, it needs to be 3 times the lowest Umbra Shard really, if you're going to get one there. I mean, there's not a lot of it here, that's for sure. The mats from Pandaria are worthless, you vendor it all. Oh right, okay. Good value bought lows today yourself. Oh, did you get some as well, Midnight? Excellent. Yeah, there were some on earlier. I mean, there were 109 stacks of 200. Ah, the Gloomdust is on the Azeroth quest today, is it? Oh, okay. Oh yes, you mentioned that this morning, didn't you, Mushy? Right, okay, so looking at that, that's done. And then, let's carry on. Legion, I'd like to keep an eye out for any Chaos Crystals, if you can get them at a decent price. They're not currently a decent price. Whilst we are here, let's just check. Is there Elite Strike Centinex on? Not at the moment. Okay, so that's done. Let's pick all that up from the mail, all those purchases. Deal with those. We'll pop this in the guild bank. And then we'll move over to Erfen. We'll do some restocks after we've done Erfen. We'll have to come back to Samadan. I think, because we'll need to do a bracer shuffle, I think, in order to get enough veiled crystals. I don't think I have enough. They went much too high. If you reset Gloom Dust, you go just a bit under 1/3 of the Umbra Shard price, as any enchanter can just shatter Umbra Shards at this point to get the Dust Chief. Yeah, that makes definitely. Or do the Umbra Shards at the same time. Yeah, if you're going to go in, go all in. That would definitely make sense. You bought about 150 stacks, about 5 gold 40. Very nice, yeah. I did pick up some myself, but I didn't get that much. 150 stacks is huge. They must have put a whole load on. But that should be very good for a shuffle, definitely. Let's go pop some of this in the guild bank. I'll have a look at what we can clear up. That's looking, as Mushy was saying, quite messy there. And so let's maybe sort this out. Let's take out maybe one of the shirts and then sort the rest. Get that organised a bit better. There we go. Tried and probably won't know why it didn't work. I've got no time to shuffle that much. Yeah, that is a lot, 150 stacks. I worked out it takes about 13 minutes to do a complete process of 100 braces. So for me that was to clear some space, make 100 braces and disenchant the blues, send over the greens to Erfen, then scrap those greens as Erfen, then make honourable braces with the Expulsum, send that back to Samadan and disenchant that, and that whole thing for 100 braces took me about 13 minutes. And considering my profit margins for that 13 minutes is about 10,000 gold, I think that's quite reasonable. You bought a load and then later they posted loads more. Would have known if multi-box or bot though. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Oh, there goes some Sinister Combatants braces. That's a good one. Okay, so that's all done. We'll leave that and then check on enchanting. There's probably a few things we can pop in here. That and that to start off with. We'll keep everything else, we need those. And let's do a quick organise of that as well whilst we're here. Keep things clean. Midnight's on the same one as me on Shadow Song EU. Take full bags out again. Mailbox and rinse and repeat. Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to tell whether it is a bot. I prefer it not to be a bot because I feel like I would rather reward someone who's going through the effort of doing something like multi-boxing than someone who's doing something more against terms of service. Certainly, you see them on every single European server now. Interesting. Batman, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Put the seller on your friends so you can see when they come online. Then do a /who of the area that person is in outside the world. Multi-boxes often have tunes named very similar, all similar names. Ah, interesting. That's very interesting. And then we've got this. We can put some coarse leather in here. And shimmer scale, I think, goes in the other one really. Tempest hide can go in here though. A couple of those. Need to take that Tidespray linen out. That doesn't need to go in there. And replace that with Tempest hide. Close that down. And we can just organise that briefly. Just swap those round. The Black Knight, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Doing very well, thank you very much. And we're going for very sure you go wherever that person is, do a /target and fly around. You'll find them whether they're bots or multi-boxers. Yeah, if they're moving like erratically, then you can tell, can't you? So I hear. Right, we need some space for this Tidespray. We got a bit spare here. That's kind of my spares box. That's also my spares box. And then that's my miscellaneous box. So let's put a few things in here where I've got space. It's all a bit messy at the moment. So let's just put a few randoms in there. And then some of this could maybe go in the reagent bank perhaps. There's some fish there I can pop in. Let's just sort these out and put some of the Tidespray in here. As we've got a little bit of space. That's that Frenzied Fantooth going over that side. That's fine. So you think on your server it's a bot and it's been cleaned up. Oh, okay. Find bots like to AoE, pull lots of mobs to them, then hit invisible on my mage. He fucks up all the ads and dies. Oh right, okay. Interesting. Interesting technique. I guess it's disruptive doing that, certainly. Right, that's all organised nearly. There we go. So let's just /TSM put some Tidespray in here. Hopefully it's going in the right place. Every server seems to have about 100 plus stacks. Where was this a month ago? Yeah, we needed that a month ago, definitely. So now your multi-boxer where you buy from has 40 stacks farmed today. Okay, much more normal numbers from a day. Yeah, okay. So there's a sense of it there. If you've got like 100 stacks, then that sounds like it might be too much, perhaps. Right, I'm just going to clear out all this lot. Oh, that's also true, yeah. How many accounts? Has there been a change as well with the thread thing? This the synchronous thread. Coltiran and Zanzlara cloth displaced in time can be found more often in the world. Does that make a difference, perhaps? Do you get more drops, and therefore if you've got a multi-box, do you get even more? Let's just check over here. Tidespray's in there. That's all clear. That's got some Tidespray in it. Just sold some more. Oh, satin pants. That's good. Sold some of those. That's good. And embroidered deep sea satin. We're going to keep some of those on us, weren't we? Okay, so that's looking a bit better bag-wise. A little bit clearer. Happy with that. Just over 100 spare. So that means we can do a batch of bracers quite easily. In fact, we'll do that now with Samadan, and then we'll just go through and finish it off with Erfen. So in terms of bracers, we can make 67 at the moment. We need a little bit more nylon thread, so let's pick some up.
I've seen things that would scare you shellless.
Let's just take a stack or two. How many's that got for me now? 107. Let's do a full 100. So let's start with those. Run through those. Make 100 bracers, and then we'll disenchant these and get ourselves some veiled crystals in readiness. I think that should work quite well. More general trend across servers, you'd say botting rather than multi-boxes. Relative to scale. But you just don't buy it. That's fair enough. We have 150 stacks of Tidespray. Do you sell them raw or make something with them? I would say with that much Snipe Master, you could, if you've got a leather worker and you can do the Bracer Super Shuffle with the enchanter as well. You could theoretically, but check the spreadsheet and see if it actually is worthwhile for you. What's the buy mod? It's nice. It's called Buy 'em All. It's a very easy one. It just literally just allows you to do extra stacks quite quickly and easily. You can do the same in TSM vendoring, but I personally prefer to use the standard user interface and then just use a little add-on like that. His name was Tidespray, with some code for letters. Had over 1,000 stacks posted. Okay, that definitely seems a lot, doesn't it? Okay, Eldrazi, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Have a great weekend. It's been a long week, yeah, I know that feeling. Same on your server. Maybe we're on the same server. Could be. Alright, going through the last 20 to do here. And then we can disenchant these blues, send the rest over to Erfen, and get that lot processed. So, all in all, this should take 13 minutes if I do this quickly and efficiently. Which site tells you which items can be used for quests this week? I'm not sure. It should be Wellhead, but I'm not sure it tracks it that easily or up to date. I've relied on Mushy that tells me which ones are on for Horde and Alliance. But I don't know of a site that actually has it specifically. Because it's not necessarily a week now, it's every day. It's something different. Good evening, Kiefer, how are you? All is very well, thank you very much. Gets it eventually, but it takes a bit of time. Yeah. Right, let's go through all of these. My downside is I don't necessarily always have a lot of time in the mornings to be able to capitalise on it. These days it's almost impossible to tell just by auction house postings whether they are bot or not. Certain items that are heavily botted, that you see bots in certain areas, but the times of multi-boxing being so popular and server transfer Goldmaking so popular, you just can't tell a bot from posting. This is a good point, Rasheen. A good point, well made. It's difficult to tell. You can guess, but until you actually see them in action. Well, there's a couple more there I didn't do. Let me just do those whilst I'm here. Recently had another Goldmaker coming into your realm with guild banks full of mats to buy. People might have thought it was a bot. Yeah, that's a good example. Send greens. Let's get all these going. Hopefully, I'll do it in one go. You don't multi-store, just posted 60 plus stacks of mats that you purchased cheap. Stuff gets pulled and problem solved. Yeah, it all depends on your approach on it, doesn't it, Mushy? I guess then it's up to Blizzard to look into it, and they can decide what's happening. Don't they usually do things like go and investigate and teleport them somewhere different, or different techniques like that to see whether their botting system gets confused? I'm sure that's a thing I've heard about. Expulsion is what you get from scrapping. Did I say something wrong again? I might have done. There we go. Okay, so that's done. Let's go over to Erfen. We'll check his sales. Then we'll move on down the list. Still, multi-box and strong auction house. So it's a bit of a crime. Oh, we've got a pushing hard into 2. Is this a invasion? It is an invasion thing. We could get some XP from doing this, couldn't we? That might be worth doing. Plus, you then get the buff to XP after that, don't we? Okay, let's start with where we finished off though. Let's collect up all of this. Have we got the space for it? Yes, we have. Okay, so let's open up the mail on this. We'll scrap this lot as well. and then what we'll do is we'll take this lot and turn it into honourable braces eventually. Is there no stage 2 in tailoring, or is leatherworking a cheaper alternative? It all depends on your prices, Z, but usually I find that stage 2 for leatherworking is cheaper because Tempest hide seems to be a lot cheaper than Tidespray at the moment, or rather a lot cheaper than deep sea satin, which is the other stage 2. Where's my spreadsheet? I can bring it up. So looking at the spreadsheet, so for stage 1, let's go with the rod. Let's go on this one. Stage 1 for me at the moment, with my current prices that I put in this afternoon, shimmer scale is currently the cheaper one at 72, and the Tidespray braces are quite close. I generally avoid the coarse leather, and then stage 2 is down here. The deep sea satin is the one that makes tailoring so expensive, because an honourable cloth bracer is 1,000 gold, whereas the Tempest hide is usually much cheaper, and that's only 228 gold. The second best is Mist Scale at 296, so if I didn't have enough Tempest hide then I'd go Mist Scale. But it's also because you need 22 deep sea satin rather than 12 for the Mist Scale and the Tempest hide. Whereas you've got the calcified bone on the other side, which also you can usually find very cheap. Then that converts into a decent price on the Veil crystals. So that tends to be the way it works best. What else did I miss? And increasing linen across multiple and all sewers, much more likely the effective tailoring tools of the trade. That was my suspicion machine, I thought. I was thinking whether the returns you get on it are quite high. Let's take all of that, including the expires. See if you've got enough room for it all. We might have enough. I'll need to then relist a load of this stuff back on. It depends on how much space I've got in the bags. I might have to just go ahead and scrap partially some of these. Legion herbs, you need them for glyphs, but they're rarely available. Yeah, herbs is a tricky one, isn't it? Okay, so how much space have I got left? A little bit of space left. Let's just go and do the... I'll need to repost these on first, otherwise I'm going to end up scrapping those, which I don't want to do. So let's go through and just post those back on, and then we'll come back to the scrapping. Struggling to follow the shuffle with why it would need to be across 2 professions, but I explained it. No worries, Z. It just seems to be how it's generally going at the moment. Although I put those for the shuffle all 3 in, because you never know. Dreamleaf addiction at a reasonable price is welcome. You can right click ignore on the scrapper, you can, but just to be safe, let's get them on, just so that I know.
If you find anything exotic,
and then there's also, not that one, shopping, there was one missing there. The gauntlets of the Fireflash, 595, that's quite cheap. Ideally I'd be up here at 999. Let's try that. And the same with gauntlets of the Aurora. That's much better, as opposed to that price. Is that everything? Oh, there's a couple here I missed. 1499 is fine. Go with that. And the leggings 13. Given we've got a crafting cost of 787. Let's come in here at 299, just in case. There we go. Okay, now we can go and scrap. This is by far the longest part of the process, because you have to monitor it more than the others. So let's just queue all that lot up, then we can start scrapping. There we go. At what Tidespray price can I sell to a vendor? Well, I haven't worked that one out yet, Mushy. You mean for like the Tidespray Linen pants. Let's have a look. Oh, I'd have to go over to Samadan and look. That'll be easier. I can't quite do it on Erfen because we don't have access to the tailoring. Clifters get no respect from Blizz. Maybe something to do on Monday. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that I could maybe just do a little bit, although I've got a very busy week ahead of me next week, so I might not get a chance to do it this next week. We'll see how things go. But first and foremost, we need to get this scrapping going. Dino love for the clifters. Right, carrying on with this, let's just move this over a little bit so I can see how many I've got left and also see how much expulsum I've got going. We should be looking at about 13 or 14 hopefully. We may get more, we may get less. At 1.8 gold per Tidespray you earn about 10,000 per hour when vendoring the pants. Okay, that's a good one to know. It's the vendoring that does take a little while though, isn't it? Made 300 expulsum in advance, used 100 to Veiled. I'm starting to run low on the mats now. Yeah, I guess if you can do a good batch like that, then that does keep you out of the need for mats all the time, which is certainly useful, that's for sure. But as I'm doing it in small batches, it seems to be more palatable for me to do it this way rather than do one big like massive session, because I don't really have the time to be able to do that given my playtime. Up to 10 expulsum so far. About 9 minutes per hour of emptying the mailbox and or vendoring though. Made a spreadsheet for it some time ago. Nice. We always like a good spreadsheet here. Up to 11 expulsum. Will we get to 13? Or maybe even 14? That would be nice. We're up to 12. Nearly there. Do have tailoring and alchemy. It's worth mentioning. Whatever you do with TSM, it's all in tailoring as a 3k profit, and alchemy is a negative profit. Alchemy can be a tricky one, I think. I do need to have a look at alchemy myself. We'll be having a look at that later on in the stream. So we got exactly 14 expulsum from that. That's exactly average. So going from there, we can make 14 honourable combatant arm guards, which we'll then send back to Samadan, and that will give me at least 14 veiled crystals, probably a little bit more. There we go, and then we'll send those over. Once we get over here, there we go, and we've got loads of stuff to post on as well, so let's mail selected groups for that. Alchemy is all about stack sizes and the time you sell them. You don't need to be the cheapest. Yeah, that would make sense to me. Let's just open the mail on this lot. Okay, you're a main character with no professions, with a lot of rep though. Any professions you might suggest? I don't know which ones require rep so much. I mean, cooking obviously is a good one, and then you can do, I mean, I would always recommend tailoring and enchanting, because it's my go-to professions and the ones I have the most experience in, so I'm probably biased on that one. But people have said alchemy and inscription are also pretty good. Okay, some expires. We got some in the mail, which is good. Drums of Fury, some Sinister Legs, Sinister Gauntlets, and some coarse leather barding from the turn-in from earlier. That's good. So, a decent amount, 8,000 gold there. to add into the 11,000 of Samadan. Still not a huge amount, 20,000 gold. It would be nice if that was bigger, but that's why we need another character, really. So let's go through all of this, post everything on. Probably do a restock as well. Let's go have a look at that. So going from here, we'll go auctioning, run a post scan. What else did I miss there? Some additional stuff in there for number of crafts and such, but throw the link if you want it. Absolutely, Batman, you're more than welcome to put it in if you're happy to share it. But poke around TSM chat. There's a way to adjust your profit in alchemy for the rank 3 procs. Yes, I have heard of people doing that. I know Sensors does that, don't you? You need tools of the trade and craft only when you have the prosperity bug. And for TSM to reflect that profit, you need to change your crafting as well as your posting operations to reflect that 1.8 proc rate with a prosperity buff. And if you want to be safe, put it at 1.75. Wow, okay, that's massive. People not buying glyphs. Are they not icon? Because I've heard people are buying glyphs. It's about what Rasheen said, basically, is making the most of the tools of the trade. That way you can get your proc rates and your profit margins much better. It's the same with enchanting at the moment. Enchanting doesn't show a profit until you've got a decent price on your veiled crystals and everything. Glyphs are cosmetics, they don't move too fast. 2 of every glyph in the auction house, but get a few sales a day. War scrolls, contracts, and the skill tomes help supplement it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Batman, for sharing the link. Right, okay, so that's done. Coarse leather barding we don't need to put on at this stage. And then, what was I doing? Auctions. Let's take those, look at that, do a restock on leatherworking. So go through and restock selected groups. Lots of drums of fury, need 100 of those. Drums of the mountain. You know what, I'm going to probably take those drums of the mountain off at some point, because I really don't need them on. Now I've probably just used up all my expulsum, so I do need to go and get another 5 expulsum. Now, I do actually have some marks of honor on me. Have I got all my rank 3s that I need? Let me just check that. So I've got all the rank 3 sinister leather. I've ignored the honourable for the moment. And then we're just missing, at the moment, the sinister mail treads. So let's go buy that for 4 marks of honour. I've not bothered with the weapons at this point, because I did hear that the weapons aren't worth making. So we're probably... Let's just get that done. Let's go to a small amount. No, a much smaller amount. There we go. And then we can go and get that last rank 3 that we need. And we might even need the mist scale version of honourable. We'll have a look at that in a moment. You can see chat's pinging off on the right there. I'll just come and look at that in a moment, once I've gone over and done this purchase. So let's go have a look. So what we need here, bring this up at the same time. What do we need? Rank 3 crafting. Rank 3 is this one, Sinister Combatants Mail Treads. That's leather, mail treads, this one, rank 3. That's the one I think I need.
Have a good one.
And then we'll learn that one. I've still got, what's that, 7 marks of honour left. So I have got spare. I could maybe move those onto another character. But with the rank 3 on that, we're into a better position. Right, what did I miss? Actually, no, let's make some Drums of Fury whilst I'm here. Have I got enough? What do I need? Raw beast hide. Let's go to the guild bank. Then whilst I'm making the Drums of Fury, then I will have a look at chat. Apologies for not following it completely. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. I need to go up this way. Find the guild bank. Then I can come back and have a look at everything. It always takes longer than I think. Wow, it's already 25 past 11. This is where all my time goes. Running around and doing things. And forgetting that I want to go on to our other characters. I need to get more efficient at doing this. Right, Raw Beast Hide. Where's my task list? Drums of Fury Gathering. Open up a task list for that. Take that and get from guild bank. Buy from auction house. We don't have enough actually, according to that. Where's the Raw Beast Hide? Let's go have a look, see if there's any cheap. And then we can come back to this. Let's go have a look on the auction house. Shopping. I should have that in a favourite somewhere, I would imagine. Midnight Salmon. Let's just use my drum shopping window there. Go from that. Raw Beast Hide is quite cheap there. Under my my purchase price is 2 gold exactly, so I'll take the 67 and the 200 from there. That's easy, and I'll take the 81 as well for now. That gives me 386, so I need to go pick those up, and then I maybe need to go to the garrison and see if I can purchase some cheaply. So another step forward onto that, takes things down. Let me just have a look at that. Now whilst, what I really wanted to do is whilst I was making those, then I can check on chat. That way I'm doing something at the same time. So go through to Drums of Fury. You can make 77 of those. That's a start at least. Right, what did I miss? Absolutely loads here. Okay, all the way back up. Okay, easy and cheap to get into, so competition is high. Okay, income comes from inscription, the rest is random old world mod drops from dungeon. Okay, see, scribing makes a ton of gold if you do it right, and that's without glyphs. Been having super slow glyph sales lately, still making steady gold. Okay, not just tools, they help the profits, but also think about the raiders. When in the week they raid, how much they buy. You don't have to post your pots at the cheapest, but you need to get the right stack sizes. Yeah, that does make sense. Pretty stacks does make a difference. So the inscription tools doesn't give you any bonuses. Yeah, it's a shame with some of those. You sold a bow for 5.5k earlier. Okay, Midnight. So maybe I could do the bows as well. I might have to add those in. Every time you watch my stream, you get jealous of how close all the stuff is in Borealis compared to Azeroth. Yeah, I've heard about that, about the Horde side. It's such a shame it's a bit of a sprawl to get places. So no gold making potential and very small personal use. Okay. Let's make a bot item that summons NPC to fight for you. That has an on-use heal, one-use heal. Yeah, some of the tools of the trades for the other professions just aren't that great. Lost your internet mid-raid, have to use your phone. Oh no way. Herb your herb garden while you're there. Send them to you if I don't need them. I haven't been doing the herb garden. I did have it set to Gorgon Flytrap for a long time. But I haven't been bothering for a long time because I got so much of it at the moment, and it's easy to buy off the auction house. Personal lust only affects themselves and can only be used in the open world. Yeah, the leatherworking one wasn't good either. Worth having a couple on, same as wands in enchanting. The Drums of Fury are consistent sellers for me, so they're definitely worth it. A decent enough profit margin on them. I would say. So I'm just going to put these on for the moment. And expulsion wise, we don't have the other things for the sinister gear at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll just leave this for the moment and just post these on, because I realise time is running low and I still haven't done a restock on Samadan. And as we've got some veiled crystals coming his way, we might as well. So we'll get on with posting this lot on. So the profit on these is 13 gold per drum. So not massive, but they are good sellers. And you sell quite a few of them, which is also good. So it does add up. So we'll head on over. You know, I did want to do that quest on Erfen, but I think again I'm going to run out of time. So let's just swap over to Samadan, do a restock, because I also want to go over to Jahwakening and have a look at the herbalism side of things. Have to take a flight path to get from the inn, Mythic Plus chest, to get to the mission table, vote, get to Galteris, and then another flight point to get to the PvP area. Oh right, okay, that is quite a way to go. Enchanting's horrible in your realm. Never thought you'd see the day. It's tricky with some realms. It really is. Okay, let's take all of this lot, collect those up. These jump pads and ropes, that's a good idea, definitely. Check what enchants are good for heirlooms, might be a good seller if current content isn't doing well. Yes, exactly, all the old world ones like Elemental Force and Crusader, Mongoose, and some of the things like Glorious Stats are all worth doing, definitely. There's a list of leveling ones. Where's the... hold on, let me find that spreadsheet. There's multiple versions of different spreadsheets. The latest one I saw was Heirloom Enchants, was this one, which gave a list of all the different enchants suggested per character. Those are good ones to go for. Yeah, Mark of the Hidden Satyr, that's another good one, definitely. With with Long Dude. Never can get rid of that one, I know. No worries, Black Knight, it's a handy one, that's for sure. Add Mongoose and Elemental Force that you're winning. Yeah, basically. Watch Review, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Your enchant is lowly level 35, making good gold just selling just the Crusader and Fiery Weapon enchants. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. The stats ones as well. And then if you got up to Legion, that's also worth it. Okay, did I pick everything up? Yes, I did. So let's do a disenchant of these, just to get rid of these. Obviously, I was a lot longer than 13 minutes there, because I was also doing other things on Erfen. But that's okay. We're going to go and do this lot, and then see what we need to do to restock on. We need to go visit the garrison, see if we can get some more hexweave. So maybe we'll go over there straight away first and see what's on in the trader, and then get that going, because I haven't visited the garrison in a while. Website google.com, how to unhear something. How can you transfer gold from Horde side to Alliance? I think you need a second person, don't you? And put something on the auction house at like a really something worthless on a really expensive price, and then get someone else to buy that for you, and then that way you can get the gold over. Yeah, as Z said, I think that is the only way you can do it. Okay, so over to the garrison next. Then we can do restocks with whatever we have. I know with that many Veiled Crystals, I'm probably not got enough to do a full restock, but we'll see what we do have. Just run through this, let's just minimize this for the moment. So in terms of the table, I only had one. That was in Tailoring Emporium. Let's get another one going. Enchanter's Study. And then anything else? Let's just do resources, because they're useful. XP is handy for those that are lower level, so we'll do those. The ones that are 100% anyway, just to give them a bonus. Okay, and then we'll run around the other side. Who have we got there? Get some more resources here. And then we'll head on over to the trading post, see what's cheap. And the trader, that's the wrong person. Who did I want? No, I did want you. It was the quest thing that was no good there. Okay, so what's 16 at the moment? Raw B size 32. So food is cheap. Raw boar meat, that's no good to me. Okay, so I'll leave that for now. No more on that. Let's head on over to my studies, my workshops, collect out all my hexweave. There we go. Where's my work order? You're hiding around the corner.
Good day to you.
Let's get another load of those going.
See you around.
And then do the same with the Enchanter's Study. And then the work order was around there.
Good day to you.
Do that. Okay, there we go. And then we had a rush work order. What was that for? Tailoring Emporium. Excellent. A couple of those, and we can get some extra hexweave, which is useful. And then we need to top that back up
Hello.
with more hexweave there.
Have a good
And whilst I'm here, actually thinking of hexweave, we need to do the daily cooldown. And whilst I'm also here, and I remember, I'm going to do the enchanting daily cooldown of temporal crystals. There we go. There we go, that's done. Okay, what else did I miss? You have to have someone else list the item, trade it, you when they get the sale. Yeah. Battle pets. Well, that could work. Okay, Alliance to post a random grey item for an absurd amount of money. Offer to Horde to buy said item, collect the gold from the mailbox. Keep in mind though that you will lose some gold in the auction house cut. But they're not instant sellers, so it's potluck on when you get it. Also, gold trading from server to other servers for cross-faction. Yes, I guess battle pets could work there going out to other servers, wouldn't it? Herd doing garrisons isn't worth the time investment. It depends whether you've got it set up already. Once it's set up, it's worth visiting every sort of 2 or 3 days just to collect up on those things, because the hexweave cloth alone for the bags is certainly worth it, because I can at least make 1 hexweave bag out of that now. I can almost make 2 there. That's definitely going to be useful. I'm going to make that one now, and then we're going to have a look at my current auctions and then see what we need to restock on. And we'll come back to that. So a couple of sales there. That's going to be coming in. And let's go have a look at what we need to restock on. So let's go to my crafting queue. Let's clear this one out and start a fresh one for Samadan. And what have we got? Bountiful Captain's Feet are back in profit. That's good. And we've got some enchants as well, so this could be interesting. How much do we need? Let's select all 3 professions. Veiled crystals. Looks like we have enough, actually, from the look of that. Okay. Added to task list. Let's go to a guild bank. Let's head on over to Dalaran. That'll be the easiest one. Oh, did it went down? Went up 2k and it's gone down. Okay. A lot less than the 200 we've seen. Okay. Okay, well that's useful. Nadachi, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. I do need to buy a token because my game time's about to run out in another 20 days or so. So let's go have a look. Guild Bank. Open up the task list. Take off the cooldowns, expirations. Gathering Wise. Get from Guild Bank. Move all of that. Redtail Loach, Deep Sea Satin, Gloom Dust, Aromatic Fish Oil. That's good. And then buy from vendor a whole load of stuff, which we can do easily with our Brutosaur. We just need to change to the TSM version, then reopen it back up. And then buy those. Then we're left with Enchanting Crafts, Mysterious Essence. Just one of those, so I can do that with a Ethereal Shatter. That's the last of my Ethereal Shards at a cheap price, because I did buy them for 73 silver. It is amazingly cheap. So let's just create my last one of those. The next thing I've got is the Spirit Dust, which isn't too bad actually. That doesn't cost too much at all. 5 Spirit Dust. Currently 4 gold 47. Okay, so that's a little bit more expensive perhaps. We'll look out for some more of those. And then Cooking Crafts. Get ourselves a PM. Bring up the cooking. We can minimise that now. Use TSM. Crafting wise, Tiramisu. 5 of those. On Dazzy. We've run out, so we'll need to add some more in from the task list. How many did we need? Let me just check that. We still need another 9 Mondazzi. And then Tiramisu we need another 5. Let's just add those in. Let's do a couple extra just in case. There we go. And then gathering wise on that, we should need to get some more, I'd imagine. Cooking crafts, what are we missing? Fantasy. We should have everything we need there. Maybe just do a quick reload on that, see if that goes through. Gold making's a bit slow, to be honest. Slower than it has been, that's for sure. Hello Arius, how are you? Let's have another look. Okay, cooking crafts is open. So how's the cooking looking here? There we go, that's working now. One daddy's going through. And then Tiramisu, that's also working. Okay, so I was probably missing something there. And then what can we do with the Bountiful Captain's Feast? We should be able to make them. We can at least make some. There we go, it's updated now. Okay, so that's done. Tailoring wise, Sinister Combatant's Pants. And then enchanting wise, there's a whole load of stuff here. About 10,000 gold profit for this. Even farming is slow today, is it? It's one of those things really. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast. And it's not always what you think it might be. It could just be people doing other things in the game or other things in their lives. So let's go through, post up all of these. Get a decent amount of enchants on. And then again, I was hoping for a little bit more time. Summer as well, yeah, that's going to change things, isn't it? It's been lovely weather today, so maybe people are out doing other things. Okay, so that's all done. Been in your sweater in the donkey zoo. Wow, okay. I think my brain's been slow all week, Rasheen. Okay, so we can post that lot on.
Everything ancient to trade.
Auctioning, run a post scan.
2 centuries old.
That should at least get me a fair amount of stuff done. 3 days ago, still winter jacket. Oh, right. Yeah, it's glorious today. Really lovely weather. I had 2 jackets on and I was way too hot. So Banful Feast coming in at 1996. Crafting cost of 1182, so that's good. Mondazi Hexweed bag at 1463, that's a nice price. And then Navigations Versatiles at 177 profit. 486, 1200 for the Deadly, that's good. Pact Critical Strikes at 759. Masterfuls at 412, so a mix of profits there. Let's get them on. There we go. Okay, so last thing before I do anything else is we need to go over to Jahwakening to get a little bit more progression on that one. Ow, ow. 18 here today, forecast next Wednesday, -2. Wow, that's a massive difference. Okay, let's go over to Jahwakening. The Bronzy, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through, we've done all our restocks, relists, reposts and everything on our main 2 characters. Ow, 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 that's my leg. Rio. He's kneading my knee. There we go. I'm not giving him enough attention. So can we actually do this as Jahwakening? I think we can. I think we ought to go over and see if we can get some XP on this lot. So what do we need to do here? Bot Scrambler obtained. Machinations. Okay, let's try that first. Let's go follow the arrow. What's a cool mount you can go after with your 9 accounts? Spectral Tiger. Always take the nail clipper out if we get nailed. Oh, I let the cats do that themselves. I don't like to do it on their paw claws. I kind of feel like they need it as part of their maintenance. I mean, I'm not talking about declawing. I think that's a bit harsh. Alright, where am I headed? Kind of random way, over here. I'm assuming it's down here. Oh, music's changed. Oh, is this the Tidespray? Yes, this is the Hook Point 2x4 farm area. Know this place well, after last time. Let's ignore that one. Let's head on round. Where do we need to go here? Can we go up or down or round? Let's go down. Following in arrows. Sometimes tricky. Where's the next? I need to be able to get across here easily. Hold on. Can't quite see a way across as easily. There's a way over there. There's a bridge. That would help. The bridge is over the top. Okay. Slightly difficult. How can we get up easily? There we go. We can go that way. Let's swim. I was looking for a way up the other side mainly. That was the hard part. Oh, some of our stuff's expired. Okay, so let's go. Cut Lucy's nails every now and then because she's Miss Anna Lucy von Blusenberg only walks on soft ground like real royalty. Remember her heritage. When the farmer put cow poo in the fields. Not fun come home with a brown lab instead of a black. Yuck. Yes, as a druid I could swim, but my problem was actually getting up the other side. Oh, there's a flight point there. Let's pick that up. I still need to do the rest of... Can I get in here? Am I going the right way? No, I need to go the other side, it looks like. I need to go over there, so let's go round that way, I guess. I've never been around here before. I like the music here, that's nice. I didn't know there was a quest around here.
Interested in testing out a new
Machinations.
device? I'm sure
Was
you
this
can
it?
find a few Horde test subjects nearby.
Let's try that. Did we get it? Oh, I need to pick up the quest, actually. Yes, that quest. Pick up the quest, thank you. Right side. There we go, Machinations. Bot Scrambler. There we go. Then we can go in here. Do you do this and do that? Ah, it's gone. Right, where's one? Over here? Ah, right, okay. Where have you gone? Did that work? Aha, yes it did. Crawler mine, do we do those? Let's remember how to be a druid. I got interrupted. That doesn't work. 4. Have these changed? I've got a feeling these have all changed. There we go. Okay, where's another one? Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Do one of those. Bot Scrambler. 3, 5, 4, 3. That's regrowth, that's the wrong button. And then there should be one around here somewhere. There's loads of stuff down here, that's interesting. What's this? Goblin Teleporter Scrambled. Do we use this? Not in line of sight. Let's try that. And then do that down there. Okay, there we go. Technician. Done. And then done.
What news from the mainland?
Come around there. And then, where else do we need to go? Over that side. That didn't work. Seed shredders we need to deal with actually. Oh, that's been done. There it is. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Already just hypnotized you. Count keyboard numbers. Yeah, that's pretty much what I end up doing. Just press, mash the numbers. 8, 4, 3. I'm sure these have changed order. Oh no, they haven't changed order. I'm on a different character. I was thinking I was Erfen as the demon hunter. That's why I was getting confused. That makes more sense now. Okay, what else do we need to do? Crawler mines scrambled. Oh, we need to use the scrambling on these as well. We need to basically scramble everything. And the shredders. There we go. You prefer to use GSE macro. Oh, hold on. Let's go do that. 3. That done. Oh, crawler mine right behind me. And then there's another one over here. And there's one there. Got loads of these to do actually. Oh, lots of things here. And that crawler mine over there, if he can get it. And then we can do the pilot at the same time. And there's another one over there. Have I done all the shredders? I think I have. I keep coming back for more though. Let's run out this way. Otherwise we're going to have a load coming at us. Okay, we've done enough there. Right, let's get ourselves out of here once we've done the pilot. We've got some Tidespray linen. That's cool. Okay, let's ignore all this. Come on out. Get ourselves to a safe area without flying into the air, hopefully. There we are. Gnome sequence from WoW Lazy macro. Oh, right, okay. Only for alts. Yeah, not a bad idea. I'd like to try a few different ones out. I do like Hikili. Oops, sorry, Ari. Knocked your camera over. Right, okay. Azeroth power has been unlocked, so we better go have a look at that. What have we got? Choice of increases your movement speed, and when you take damage, heal for a little bit more. I'm guessing movement speed is going to be useful as a druid, so I'm going to take that one. And then there were some more of these over here, so let's start with one of those. I'll do one of those. Get ourselves some XP. We're only 111, so at least a good start. Which way forward from here? Let's go this way, I think. Can we get over there? Yes, we can. I'm assuming... Where are we? Okay, we need to probably go round rather than up there. Let's go do this round. Upton Borough. And then over here. Let's follow them over there. Can we go over here? Oh, they've got one of those mounts, which I don't have. Stormsong Monastery. Can we get up here and around? Hopefully it's not a evil place. It's relatively evil. We'll ignore it. Run through. Pardon me, just passing through. All the loyalists attacking me.
Let's test your metal.
Let's test my metal. My metal at jumping over fences would be good. There we go. Then we can swim around here. Thank you, Mushy. I know I'm a little bit late on doing this, but I'd like to get these 3 finished if I can. That would be definitely useful. Let's go over up here. What do we need to do first? Are we near one of the other ones? We are. So let's go to the north first. Pick up the first quest. Must be up here. I remember doing this once before.
A new horde threat calls for new ordnance. See how this fares out in the field.
Okay, what do we need? Collecting up. Rocket hop. Oh, the rocket hop thing. You got to go up. What have you got to do? Siege cannons and zeppelins. And then there's a second one, isn't there? You go to a certain point.
Slaying that target will demoralize
I need to make this onto a key.
Show them
That was a thing as well. And then let's just close that down. Want to go down there. Oops, didn't mean to press that. I actually meant to target them. There we go. Got at least a couple of those done. And we can help out with that. Lunar Strike. There we go. And then there's a few other things here. Siege cannons we need to do. 3 of those. Got another Azeroth power. So doing well on that front. What else are we missing? West Zeppelin destroyed. This is this one here, isn't it? Then we need to probably go over and do another one. Where is there one? A South Zeppelin. I might as well loot that whilst we're here. Get some extra silver. South Zeppelin's there. Do some cannons whilst we're on the way. Hopefully. Looks like we need to get over there. Drop that one on. And then there's a cannon down there.
You tried to save the wrong pal.
Oh, no, that wasn't going to work. Let's move around here. And let's find another one up at the top instead. That'll be easier. That's 7, and then number 8. They're all over here, down at the bottom. There's one over there. And you can jump that. Surely. There we go. And that's another one.
Excellent work,
There we go.
Horde threat
Okay.
neutralized.
Next one over there. Ignore the rest. Run on over. Yellow dots on the minimap, exactly. Seemed to be an easy enough one. Not sure what we need to do on this next one now, so let's go have a look. Do a little bit of health, actually. Remember that. Oh, I remember this one. There were 3 witches or something really hard. Someone else helped me with this last one.
In this area. Kill it before it becomes a bigger problem.
Was it 3 witches or was it something else? Star moss. There's some star moss. We can take that. Down here. Jump down. There we go. What do we need to do? First Sergeant Steelfang done. Okay. So let's have a look. 1, 5, 3, 8, 2. I need to get these numbers close to each other a bit more, I think. And heal myself as well. That would also be useful. There we go. Let's move out a little bit further. There we go. That'll be a bit easier. Now I'm just able to just keep an eye on the numbers a little bit better, I think. 2, 5. I need one of them fancy keyboard things. Those little, like left-handed things that just give you the numbers. My DPS is terrible, but we're making a start at least. There we go. Group up, maybe make a nice coarse leather set. Now I'm 111. Ooh, good idea actually, Mushy. I like that idea. Am I best to farm linen or set up your garrisons? Whichever you think is going to be more fun would be my first question, my first suggestion. The problem with all these numbers being in different locations is I'm having to look down every time I press a number because I can't quite memorise the full range and touch type on this little keyboard that I've got. So I have to think about my arrangement of spells and how I'm best going to manage this. Press the wrong thing, but it's probably useful to at least have that going, I think. Five. Need to do that one. It's go WoW lazy macro easy way. The add-on at the bottom is called Hikili. There we go, do that. The war cache. Complete quest. Accept that one. Report to... Is that everything done? Time for war. Do I still need to do this one though? This is extra XP. I feel like I need to do them all. It would make more sense to do them all. Let's go on back up the top if we can. There's an easy way back up. Do we have to go round? Looks like my GSA is extremely useful. Wish you knew about it earlier. I should try it. Full rotation with one button. Oh, okay. That does sound useful. We'll have a look at that. Once I've gone myself the long way round, it would seem. I need just a path up, really. There we go. Oh, Evia, thank you very much for using your Prime for 2 months. Thank you very much indeed. Sounds lazy. Runs away. Let's see some chef's hats, thumbs ups, and Brutosaur love for Evia. Thank you very much for your support. Hope you're doing well. We're just finishing off. What have we got? One more of these to do, and then we've got time for war over there. Is that another thing we need to do? Let's have a look. Hey, Basic 25, how are you? Right, where do we need to go for this last one? Hopefully get a little bit of extra XP, and then head on back to Borealis, I imagine, for that last bit. I don't know what actually the last bit is. I think it just sends us somewhere else, doesn't it? Let's go have a look.
I've received reports of horde activity in this
Okay,
area.
well,
See to it
quest.
that their plans are unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. You can do that. What do you need to do? Blight barrels destroyed. Where's a blight barrel? I think I need to go this direction a little bit further. He wants his brush. Yeah, I think so. Let's go over here. Ah, here we go. Let's do that. 3, 8, 3. It's done. Right, do we just destroy all these randomly? Oh, yeah. And then this one. Blight barrels destroyed. Blight horrors, do we need to do anything with those? No. Looks like we just ignore those. Let's go over this way. We need to go further up though, by the looks of things. More into this area. Ah, they're over the other side. Let's sneaky travel form druid. Do this on this side. Sure, I wasn't too far away for that. Let's go around this side. Do that barrel. Four of 5. This last one over here probably. And what else do we need to do? Is that everything? Oh, it is done. Okay. So let's go hand in that last lot. So let's do a quick hearthstone to that. Not garrison hearthstone. This one, just so we can finish this off. Opia, how are you? Yeah, Oreo definitely wants his brush. He's got his feet up in the air at the moment. There we go. Okay, so moving on to handing that quest in. Where was the quest? It's down here. Okay. So let's just run down there, have a look. Look at what that was. Looks like it's in here, in the Harbour Master's office by the looks of things, perhaps, or is it on the other side? It's over here.
Soldier.
Okay, so looks over the gather. Time for war. This should do it. Complete quest, and that's done.
One of the Alliance's greatest heroes, you will play a crucial role in achieving victory in this war.
Okay.
The Horde must not succeed in their goal.
Of course, he will hand you in.
To aid your efforts, you will have the full support of the Alliance's finest soldiers, the 7th Legion.
Okay. Quick screen capture. Me and Anduin. Maybe we should stand next to each other. I think.
For those situations that require a more subtle approach, Master Matthias Shaw and his SI
There we go.
operatives are at your
Let's get a nice
disposal.
screenshot of me and Anduin.
Champion.
My duties demand that I return to Stormwood.
There we go.
I look forward to hearing of your progress.
There we go.
I'm confident that this campaign is in the right hands. Good luck to you all.
Safe travels.
Actually got herbs from the mission table. Oh, excellent. Son of Greymane. I could be, but he was dead, isn't he? He got killed by Sylvanas.
No time like the present to get underway. We have an operative ready to undertake an important mission.
Right, okay. So I think that should be it for now. We've got a little bit of XP. We didn't do any more on alchemy, but we did get a little bit further. Are we still playing on Mr. Potato? We have Mr. Potato 2.0. Thanks to kind donations from Jack the Dipper, who's sadly no longer with us in the World of Warcraft, and plays on Spud. And then with basically all your donations and cheers, bits, subscriptions, all of that has helped towards getting Mr. Potato 2.0, which has been absolutely amazing. So we're now on max graphic settings of 10, which we're really happy with, which is really cool. Fresh sprouts, yeah, sprouts, and oh, better do this whilst I'm here actually. Let's do that. There we go. Whilst I'm there. Okay, done. Right, I think I'll finish up there for tonight because it's already late and past my time. So I want to say a big, massive thank you everyone who's hung out in the stream tonight. Really enjoyed your company. I'm going to finish off here and let's have a look and see who is on, if anyone is on. We have a number of choices. We could do Defortune or Sea Thrift, either of those, if anyone has any preferences. Yes, my next stream will be on Sunday, so I'll hopefully see you then. Let's do let's send it over to Sea Thrift. More in gold line. Okay, let's do that. Let me just get that set up. Just mute that. There we go. He's Legion raiding, is he, at the moment? Okay. She's very mellow. Yeah, definitely recommend Sea Thrift. But let me just spell this one out. Nice, easy, short one. So thank you all for a lovely evening. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Me and Ori are going to have some brush time in a moment, once he's got off his belly. And then we'll throw a host over to Sea Thrift. So thank you all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Good evening, Gift Green. We are literally just throwing a host over to Sea Thrift. But thank you ever so much for stopping by. Hopefully we can catch you on Sunday if you come over then. Okay, thank you, Dado. So have a lovely weekend. Thank you all. Going to send some love over to Sea Thrift. So good night, farewell from me and Oreo. Happy gold making, and we'll see you very soon.